From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they let you play. 53, check 53. No chance.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now.
2nd and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hey, keep it up, keep it up. March 54. Anyway, 54.
2nd and 10. And this one's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. They're going to look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Number 53, Mark 53. Watch QB's up. Watch QB's up.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know. Defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. Weather like this, always treacherous for kickers. A good sign early, though, as he's able to put that one through.
And you remember him right before the kick stomping around his area to make sure that things were going to hold for his plant foot, and it did.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Double dog, that's the way. Right there. 50, right there. 54 Mike.
Back to throw here. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
He'll look to throw. He's got the completion to Strong. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. They'll look to throw here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field, a nickel set for third down. They'll set up to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? Third and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big time pressure.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This will be fielded at the 17. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, first and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start first and 10. Coleman now. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on second and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. He'll look to throw. He wants it all for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, Sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A huge play there on the screen pass, and even 70 yards. They come out here in the eye. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got a first and goal just inside the 5. They'll run with Cook. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Look at me, zipper. Don't get nervous. Let's go. Hey, Alpha. Mike, number 53. Let's go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And an alley to run. He finds an opening past the 40. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Let's go now. 70, Indy.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
2nd and 9 now. They will find Davis. That's complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
We got to step it up.
On the draw play, Coleman. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Here we go. 15-9.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. This one into the hands of Hurd. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at.
It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 30 yards.
Rick. Check his mic. Right here.
They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. On second down, it's Coleman. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football. And
across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Matt Breida, his 4th touchdown on the year. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll drop the throw. And he whips that one incomplete there.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw, and that is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
On 2nd down now, it's Coleman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. He'll drop to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Here we go. Turn to Andy. Number 53. Mike 53.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2nd and 13. Gets it to Strong. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Complete to number 82. That's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying. Looking for Strong, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Ready. 53, Mike. Off the screen.
2nd and 14. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Completes it to Coleman. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Here comes the 49ers punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. A big play there. Taking it in. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
Now that touchdown won't allow you to totally relax, but you can breathe a little easier now. Just increased their lead.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. They'll set up a throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Tackles.
Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
To the sideline and incomplete. It leads to second and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Looking to throw. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
To the ground and incomplete. Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll throw now on the final play. And this one complete to Smith. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go!
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime
Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be fielded at the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And down right around the 37. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Gotta figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Come on, D. Check.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 9-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to pull a bit closer.
After allowing that last score, the defense knows they've got to tighten things up. Otherwise, they'll let them right back into the game.
The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. A quick throw, but incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
In your face.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And an alley to run. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards the pickup there.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 1st down, Coleman. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On the ready.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you got a chance to find some people downfield. But if they audible themselves and go into a blitz, then it's got to happen right now,
or
very
lights
quickly,
out.
or exactly right. Turn them out. That play's over.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They start the drive with Cook. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Set, ready. Touchdown. Number 3, set. 53. Let's go, deep, tighten up. Let's go, deep, tighten up.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A very solid gain of 27. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to the ground, Cook. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They'll run for it with Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Under 10, 10.
And he's got it. caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Short kick. It's taken to the 23. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
They'll look to throw now on first down. On the screen, this is Coleman. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task.
And he's got him in the driver's seat here in the fourth quarter. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Seahawks 37-yard line.
Ready, set.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
I don't even know why his team showed up.
They will run again with Coleman. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Here we go, set, and Lobo.
Check 53. Silver.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking for the end zone. Jalen Hurd, the intended receiver, but now it'll be 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They run for it with Breida, and he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off around the 41, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Go, 30 big.
They'll run on first down. It's Coleman. Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Coleman, and he's not going to get the first down. He had to get to the 30, but he's a yard or two short. A good gain there on 3rd and 8 of 7 yards, and now a decision here on 4th and 1. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Pope. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Here we go. Turn the ending. I'm going to come back to you.
Hey, one set. Check, Mike.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. 2nd and 10. That's going to be caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Come on, set. 10-2 stop. Ready?
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. That's going to set them back 5 yards.
Here we go. 70, Indy. 2.
Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And he's got some space here. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
One more extra point attempt for good measure. And how about that? He missed it. Won't matter much in the final shakedown, but a bizarre way to end this victory. So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for San Francisco, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll have another road day next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.